Alright, be honest with me. Why are people dropping 50, 60 grand on new trucks that spend half their time at the service bay when a cheap old Ford Ranger can do the same job and probably outlast it? This truck costs less than a set of wheels on a brand new F-150, but it's been running strong for years. So today, we're going to break down why the cheap Ford Ranger might just be the smartest truck you can buy, and why all that fancy tech in new trucks might be doing more harm than good. I've been digging into what makes these trucks special, and here's what I found. Between about 2011 and 2014, the Ford Ranger had one mission: keep things simple. No flashy chrome, no fancy digital dashboard, just a solid little pickup with an engine, a frame, and a work ethic. And here's the best part: because they were so simple, they aged like fine wine. The older Rangers don't rely on a million sensors or electronics. They're basically built like a big metal toolbox, not the prettiest thing around, but it'll never let you down. These trucks were the last of the old school generation, small, sturdy, and built to work. I'd take one of these over a touchscreen filled spaceship any day. Now, let's talk about new trucks for a second. They look amazing: giant grills, leather seats, screens that belong on airplanes, but underneath all that, it's complicated, too complicated. You've got lane assist, auto stop start, radar sensors, 360 cameras, and if one of those things glitches out, guess what? You're out hundreds, sometimes thousands of dollars just to fix it. I swear, half of these new trucks have more computer parts than engine parts. The Ford Ranger from 10 years ago doesn't care about updates, software patches, or connectivity. It just wants gas, oil, and a little respect. It might be rough around the edges, but it's real, it's honest. So here's the secret that a lot of people overlook: durability. These old Rangers were built during an era when trucks were designed for work, not Wi-Fi. You'll hear story after story guys saying their Rangers hit 300,000 miles and still start every morning. Sure, the ride's a bit stiff and the cabin feels like a time capsule from 2005, but that's part of the charm. You can literally feel the road, every bump, every rock, and somehow that makes driving more fun. It's like the truck has a personality, and when you pop the hood, it's refreshingly simple. You see metal, bolts, and hoses, not 10 layers of plastic covers and circuit boards. If something breaks, you can fix it yourself. No laptop needed. Alright, let's do a quick showdown. Price: $10,000 for a good used Range, $55,000 for a new one. Monthly payments: $0 on the Ranger, about $900 on the new truck. Tech issues: none on the Ranger, constant updates and recalls on the new one. You tell me which one's really smarter? The new one might win in luxury, but this thing, it wins in reliability, simplicity, and attitude. It's like comparing a flip phone to a fragile smartphone. One gets the job done, the other gets cracked screens. Now, if you're thinking, you want one, good choice. But there are a few things you gotta check first. First up, rust. The frame and underbody are the first things to take a beating, especially if the truck lived up north or near salty roads. Tap it with a hammer. If it sounds solid, you're good. Second, maintenance history, oil changes, transmission service, brake jobs. That stuff tells you how the previous owner treated it. Third, suspension. These trucks ride rough by nature, but if it feels like you're on a trampoline, it might need shocks or bushings. Get those three things right, and you'll have a Ranger that'll last another decade easy. I'll give you a real example. I found a 2012 Ford Ranger online listed for about $9,000. With close to 170,000 miles. The owner said the only major thing he ever replaced was the battery. That's it. Now compare that to my buddy's $60,000 truck that's already had its infotainment freeze, a camera replaced, and a recall notice, all in under a year. Meanwhile, the Ranger just keeps on going. No beeps, no errors, no drama. That's why I love these older trucks. They remind you what vehicles used to be about. No luxury packages, no ego, just an honest machine built to get the job done. And the best part, you can own one outright without owing the bank a cent. It's freedom. The kind of freedom you don't get with a 72-month loan. This little Ranger might not turn heads, but it'll turn over every morning. And honestly, that's all I need. So yeah, cheap Ford Ranger versus new trucks, no contest. Sure, it's rough, it's loud, it's basic. But that's the charm. It's the truck that just works, without all the fancy nonsense. If you're tired of paying for gadgets you don't use and features you didn't ask for, maybe it's time to go old school. Now I want to hear from you. What's the highest mileage Ford Ranger you've seen still running? Drop it in the comments below. I might even feature your story in my next video. You're watching Where We Drive Smart, Not Expensive.